just like every other freaking Super 21 Superjet video. Here it goes. Alright, we picked up the Superjet, now we're headed to the lake. It's sunny out, but calm and 45 degrees. And the lake ice just melted yesterday, so I wouldn't probably be going out otherwise, but been a little bit excited to try this out. Superjet in tow. Yeah, we're gonna check it out. Well, we, just me. No one else is showing up. Alright, we're gonna go for a dip. We're gonna put it in the water. Lake just no longer frozen anymore. I've already cold out here in 40s. Yeah, it almost starts up too easy.
Should be interesting to get on. Glad I got to check her out.
Let's see a wheelie.
Alright.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to show you my 2021 Superjet just picked up. It was just built last month in Japan in February. It's the fourth ski built in February. I'll show you later on the VIN on how you can tell. And I'll go over some of just the little intricacies of this. I filmed a bunch of stuff yesterday when I picked it up. And almost all the footage I had was junk. Either it was focused on the wrong thing, I had the mic turned around and the noise, the sound was muffled. The GoPro in my helmet was pointed like at the wrong spot the whole time, just hurt my neck to watch the video. I'll show you a little bit of that, but we'll go into some of the details on this now. I wanted to kind of go into tell you the story. You know, I haven't bought a new ski at a dealership since 1995, and I didn't even buy it then myself. My parents bought my 750 SX. I'll show you some pictures here. But my parents bought that for me in 95. It was a holdover model from 94. We bought it at Bristow's Kawasaki in St. Cloud. And I remember walking in there, and it was like a kid in a candy store, just jet skis everywhere. There were three different Kawasaki stand-ups and an X2, you know, all new, and you know, I just loved it. And my parents were nice enough to buy me a stand-up then, and it was the only one I saw all through high school. So I bought it when I was a sophomore, rode the heck out of it for 3 years, and didn't see another one the entire time. I thought I was the only one who ever had one. But so it was kind of fun buying from a dealership. You know, I've had a lot of other new skis, but most of those I've put together myself or spent a lot of time acquiring all the right stuff for it. So this is kind of nice just to go into the dealer and pick it up. They said they had a dozen reservations initially. I called on day one and got my reservation in, and they said Yamaha only gave them 2. This is a dealer that sells 300 Sparks. They said 300 or 500 Sparks they sold this year. I mean, just this absurd amount of couches, but only 2 Superjets. So they kept asking me if I was going to ride it or if I was just going to put it up for auction. I assured them I was going to ride it and check it out and give them a full review. But St. Bonnie Motorsports in Minnesota, and they were fantastic. They hooked me up on this. You know, I paid MSRP plus I think there's some freight and some dock fees, but with Minnesota sales tax, I think it was like $10,800 out the door. So pretty much what I expected to. You know, no hidden surprises or anything. And one thing I noticed with this, I haven't seen any imperfections in the gel coat or in the overall build. It was just nicely waxed. Like, it feels good. Every aspect of it is complete. You know, every fitting is greased, and you know, it's just really nice. It's a quality machine. There's a lot of familiarities with previous Superjets. You know, like this turn plate. I think it's the exact same one that's been on a 90 Superjet. Start-stop switch is the same. The throttle lever, I'm not sure why they redesigned it. They added some more bulk to it. Maybe for aesthetics, but it's still a basic throttle lever. The throttle cable is interesting how it hooks up to maybe some kind of electronic thing. I don't even know. I'm not that familiar with 4-stroke, so still learning. It does have I think a 10 vein pump or 8 vein. We'll take a look at that. It's got some unique things to it, but when I was on the lake yesterday, I noticed like when it's like 30 miles an hour, that's like just its regular slow cruising speed, and you just touch the throttle a little bit and you're up to 50 pretty quick. I didn't have a GPS out there with me, but you could feel it. It scoots pretty good, and it was stable. You know, I didn't feel too bad out there with it at all. I rode it for the first time and really didn't want to wipe out in the water because it was really frozen out there still. There's a lot of ice still in the water, and the ice just went out 2 days ago, but there's still some at the other end of the lake. And I just wanted to have you know, I didn't want to have to swim. You know, there's still a risk for hypothermia and that, and I was by myself out there. There was surprisingly another boater out there, and I'm kind of shocked, but it was very predictable. The steering feels really sluggish. Like, you can have the bars turn quite a bit, and you just don't get a lot of action out of them. I didn't try to corner hardly at all with it because I just really didn't want to wipe out. But it was pretty confidence inspiring. You could go and heck, take one hand off and drive around pretty easily, and even with giving it some acceleration, and you know, it's pretty interesting. So I'll go through a few things and show you what I notice, and let me know what you think. Try to cut in some footage here. It'd have been awesome if I could have got some more drone footage, but Monday it should be 70, but really high winds. I don't know if we will really get the drone out then, or or if any of my friends will want to ride it then. But if you're in Minnesota and you want to ride it, let me know and we'll work something out. Well, it's raining here today. Hopefully that doesn't pick up too much. One thing about the back end I do like, it's got these tow hooks here built in, which is nice, one on each side. So I just put a strap through both, and it was really easy to tie down. The rear steering nozzle is a bit rough. There's a lot of imperfections on this, and a bit rough. I have to take some sandpaper to that and clean that up a bit. The reduction nozzle has like brackets for a reverse bucket, so they must have taken that just off some other ski. Seems like kind of a waste, but it is a 8-vein pump. Probably hard to pick up on that. You got some drain plugs, but the inside was completely dry when I rode it just around quick. The turf, it seemed okay. It's like really basic stuff. They just, adhesive, put some turf on there. No padding under it even. Really pretty simple. Now, if you look at the turn plate, it's the same it's been since the 1990. I first rode a Superjet in 90. I was fortunate enough to ride a friend's Superjet, I think when I was, 12 or 13. It scared me. It had too much power, but I really liked it. So, but as a 90s turn plate, start-stop switch is the same as ever. It just has a new printing there for the learn mode. I didn't try that yesterday. This padding is kind of unique. One thing on the underside is kind of nice. It's got a little protective cover over the bottom of the steering there. And then it's got a nice rubber stopper there. I didn't get a fire extinguisher with it. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to. The hood latch is the same. The latch on the hood is different, but this latch looks the same. Feels pretty solid. Like this pad is super thin, but I change out the poles. It's not really a pad. It's just some beautification thing. Pretty basic. Throttle lever is the same as it's ever been. I guess it's different with this part, but still pretty much the same. You could replace it with any throttle lever. Still looks like a Yamaha threaded cable, so any like smaller throttle lever will work on that. The bars actually seem, the angle is not too bad. Might be like a 4 degree, so that's not really too bad at all. The poles here, it's got a really kind of a rough finish. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it's got a pretty rough finish. It's just a painted cast lower piece. Show you the pole bracket here in a minute. One thing interesting too on the paint here, so this part of the paint's part of the gel coat, and then there's a decal here, a black decal that goes up and all through here, and then this is a decal. So I'm not sure if the transition from black to white, it's not so clean, so they just cover it up with a sticker. Yeah, but that's what it looks like. And it takes regular gas only. I did mix in some Maximum 927 with it just for the smell. Okay, I didn't do that, but I'd like to. And then got a nice easy tow hook there, and so you can crank it on your trailer by just having to pick it up with your friends. Yeah, and the standard grips as it's always had. It's amazing. And it does have let me put up the pole here. As far as the pole, it does have a latch there, so you can just latch up the pole. On the pole bracket, the wires and whatnot come out of the starboard side there instead of in the center like a Superjet, so that way it doesn't affect your pole spring at all. I like that actually. And then the poles is secured with some bolts here. Kind of like the simplicity of it. I think they did a good job there. Take the hood off. All right, more looking at the pole bracket. Let's get the hooks here. The side on the hood are exact same as they've ever been. So that's interesting, so you could use some aftermarket here. This pole, you can put an aftermarket pole on it. There is something you have to modify though. I haven't figured that out yet, but it may have to do with this center block here. So the pole, they kind of come down a bit. So you have to grind that off or something. If you know, let me know. Looks like the pole bolt is pretty standard with a nut washer on each side. And like I said, I do like how this comes in on the starboard side here. These big air intakes on each side. So it can support a lot of air intake. Oh, it just smells so new. I've never quite had a ski that smelled so new before. Might be hard to see if this gets good light, but you can see like the engine mounts. There's extra foam under the engine. I mean, this thing's dry as can be and clean. There's the oil dipstick there. Got a flush port. It does have like a kind of a water box here, and I don't know if they call this the resonator, but some other big tank that the exhaust goes through. Again, everything looks super clean on this. The battery's mounted in the back. The mid shaft assembly, I'm not sure how these are set up because I don't think there's a shaft that goes through that connects the mid shaft anymore. I think it's a, I don't know what it is actually, so I won't even talk about it, but I think it's different. And then 3-cylinder engine actually felt pretty snappy. Like all the electronics here, I don't even know what that is. Don't really know what this is. Let's just call this the ECU. Not sure how that all works, but interested to find out. We'll see if I want a flash for it or not. Probably have to try to pay off some of these projects. Spent like more money than my body can cash. So, hey, pretty cool though. And the oil filters on this side. So eventually when I do the oil change, I'll do the extraction method and extract oil out of it with an oil pump. I already changed like my diesel oil that way and fill it through here. Should be pretty easy. We'll document that whenever we get to that. I think they say 10 hours. These are a good spot to mount an hour meter on here. If I mount it. Not sure. Maybe just there might be okay. I kind of don't want it on the outside of the ski. I don't need something extra on the outside, but if that'd be too much vibration. No, I think that'd be okay. It'd be right on the motor, and I don't think it really matters. I just picked up this hour meter. It's just a vibration hour meter. I just put it there. Should be fine. Alright, so there it is. I do have 20 minutes on it, more than will be on there, but that's fine. That should be enough. I can read it and should be okay. I wonder if we should start it up and see if it comes on. You can get these in a variety of colors. Pro Watercraft sells one. They're all about 20 bucks, so I just picked a color and went with it. At least that way we'll know how many hours. I'm surprised they don't come with a built-in hour meter. I know like a lot of sit-downs do. just in the computer, but they also have a whole dash. One thing interesting here, the throttle lever, the cable goes to this front part here, and then that has something electronically, I'm sure, that converts it to, you know, some kind of mechanical thing to electrical thing. So it has plenty of grease on it, so it's some maintenance item, it looks like. Tank under there. There's foam around the tank. The engine bay is super clean. It's got a little bit of room, like on the outside here. Oh wait, here's the exhaust manifold here. There's some room on the outside, so I think you could put a bigger exhaust manifold in there eventually. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Bunch of wires and connectors. Yeah, pretty cool. Take it out some more and just keep putting it through its paces. Hopefully if I can have it out at just all my events, and people can just keep hopping on it and ride it and ride it and ride it, and we'll see how I have no qualms with putting hours on it, and I just want to put hours and hours and hours on it and see how it goes and be kind of just fun. I think it'll just last and last and last, and probably hardly have any issues. I'll probably replace the pole just for aesthetics. Get some graphics. If you have any input on graphics, I'm all for it. I'd really like to put some kind of cool retro graphics on it. I like the Commander graphics. I think they look really good. But if I could have like a PJS blue, white, and like a floral red, I think that'd be pretty cool. Don't know if I can make that happen though. We'll see. Yeah, the hood seal is actually pretty nice. The hood seal is kind of like a real basic one, but this goes all along this lip here, and it's just a consistent lip all around the sides, and it really seals down pretty tight. And it's got these things here, little positioners, so make sure that the hood's in that same position every time. So that's what those are. Keep the hood square. I don't know, everything's super nice. Like it almost looks like a Cerakote. I don't know if that's a paint or what, but I've been looking at that, painting some engines. It looks super nicely painted. Anybody know if that's any kind of transmission there, as far as any kind of reduction in RPM? I don't even know. Total 4-stroke noob here. And it is ultra low emissions. Yeah, it's kind of like the same built-in tubbies as the 08 and up Superjets have. Wouldn't be opposed to installing other ones. I want to get some more time on it though, just to check it out. Oh, one thing I want to do, measure the hood weight. Let's do that. Alright, so measuring the hood, kind of standing up the best I can. It's about, 16, 17 pounds in there. I have to look at the bottom of the hood. This hood seal is not the same as our traditional Superjet hood seal. It's kind of like just like a oval shaped. There's a hollow part in the middle of it, but kind of like a Watcon hood seal, pretty much. But that just goes along the whole thing, and there's room for a toolkit here. It didn't come with one. I'm not sure if it's supposed to. Like I said, the hood hooks, it actually looks shorter than the stock Superjet, so those are probably going to be different. Again, here's the air intakes. But I did notice the hood vibrate a little bit when I was riding it, so you hear those positioners, that just goes into that hole to keep it square. It's good for side force and whatnot. Yeah. VIN number. So the dealer was telling me this Bravo here, that might be hard to see, I'll show you in the other paperwork. Bravo is what month it was built, so B for February, the second month, and it was 004, so it's the fourth one built in February in 2021, so that's what that one means for model year 21. So it's a 21 Superjet built, it's the fourth one built in February and built in 2001. So they had got one earlier that said it was built in October, and it was, I don't know, kilo or something, okay, and then I forget if it was a 10 then a 21 or what, but one thing I do like here too, ultra low emissions, pretty happy with that. Regular unleaded only. Hey, tell me guys, what kind of oil should I add to it? Klotz or Yamaha Lube or 927? What do you recommend? And grab the handlebars. Yeah. Yeah, what do you think of that? Pretty cool?
Yeah, car.
Cool. You like jet skis?
Yeah, there.
Jet skis are cool.
It's the way.
Yeah, it goes in the lake, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty neat. You look awesome on there.
Yeah.
You want to go ride it in the lake?
No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, we won't take it in the lake yet. Alright, so the 2021 Superjet. Pretty fun. It's hard to say exactly what it's gonna, how much I'm gonna ride it or what I'm gonna do with it, but it's pretty sweet. Felt pretty powerful out there.